Hey, now if you're a fella in your 40s or 50s and you're tired of starting over super gung-ho every few weeks with your health and your fitness, but not really getting anywhere, then today I'm going to show you the exact two-phase system to start using instead that I've personally used with dozens of clients over the past year or so to help them lose 15 to 25 pounds in around 10 weeks, plus regain their energy and drive and get back in shape. And finally, I suppose, build those sensible, healthy habits that we all know we should be doing, but we kind of struggle to make them stick. Just for context, I'm Chris Davidson. I've been coaching guys over 40 now for 16 years, and at 49, despite having three pesky teenagers torturing me and a business to run, I'm in better shape now at 49 than I was 25 years ago. So I know that this two-phase approach works, even if it's not quite as sexy as some of those kind of big transformation programs that you'll see online. Well, let me guess what's really going on with you at the minute. You catch yourself in a photo maybe and think, that's not really how I look. Is it? What the hell happened to me? Or maybe you're avoiding taking your shirt off on holiday when you're at the beach or by the pool. Maybe you're wearing baggier clothes, or you compare yourself to other guys around your age who seem to have their act together and be in shape while you feel almost like a stranger in your own body and can't quite figure out, well, how can they stay in shape and I can't? And you probably start feeling a wee bit powerless to change things in your life. And I'm sure you're a smart guy. You know what you should be doing. Everyone does these days. We're kind of bombarded online with advice from gurus, but you're probably overwhelmed by where to start. And every approach kind of feels like it's going to require you to turn your entire life upside down. So you either end up doing nothing, or you start something, but it's extreme and you only last a couple of weeks hoping to fix it in record time, but then you have to give up and you feel worse about yourself because it was unsustainable. And this is what I see happening with lots of guys like us. You're not necessarily failing because you lack willpower and discipline. You're failing because you keep trying to use or believe you have to use approaches that are designed for 25-year-old fellas who have unlimited time, energy, testosterone, and whose bodies bounce back quickly from whatever they put them through. That is not us anymore, I'm afraid, as sad as that is, but most fitness advice still treats us like we are that young 25-year-old guy. They say, hey bro, just do this 6-day training split, prep all your meals for 3 hours on a Sunday and cut out everything you enjoy, live the fitness lifestyle. And this ignored our reality now, which is our testosterone is lower, our recovery is slower, our responsibilities are greater with work and family stuff, and we can't just out-discipline our biology and circumstances. That's why when it came to figuring out how to best help guys like you in your 40s and 50s, I developed a two-phase system aligned with what we need, what we have time for, and what our bodies actually respond to at this point. So let me share briefly these two phases with you so you can start implementing them in your life. So phase one is just called foundations. It lasts 4 weeks, and the clue is in the name, I suppose, because it's not about going hard from day one like you've maybe tried multiple times before now and you know better. It's actually about building systems that are going to stick in your life, having solid foundations that then make everything else possible and easier later down the line. Let me explain what I mean. During these 4 weeks, when you're building your foundations, you're going to focus on 3 things. First, we establish a daily movement habit. So we agree just a range of activities, long, short, hard, and easy, that you can consistently do even on your worst and busiest days. I had a client, Mark, he's 46, who I worked with. He started with just 15 minutes a day. That could have been a walk, that could have been jumping on his exercise bike at home, a short body weight workout, or using some dumbbells that he had. Nothing fancy, but he did it 6 days out of 7 consistently, so that moving in some way didn't feel like some big event, something that he needed to get psyched up about. Then second, we focus on rebalancing your hormones naturally through sleep optimization, stress management, and just having a wee bit more structure to your diet without necessarily making it weird. So it's just about learning how to eat in a way that supports your energy, your mood, and your hormonal balance. Now, maybe working on rebalancing your hormones feels like a weird thing to focus on at the start, but believe me, no workout or diet in the world will work, regardless of how great it looks in theory, if your testosterone is low and your estrogen and cortisol are so high that your body fat is not going to shift anytime soon, even if you're living on lettuce. And the third thing we focus on in this 4-week phase is building your evening and planning routines. Now, that sounds dull and boring, I guess, and I suppose it is, but it's a key component that you've been missing before, meaning that you're trying to manage to fit in everything on the fly and get surprised then when the wheels fall off your best laid plans within days. Just to give you a real life example of this 4-week phase in action, take James, guy I trained, he's 47. He came to me exhausted. He was feeling like he was falling apart. His wife was worried about his energy levels and mood, and he was embarrassed about how winded he was getting, playing with his kids or just trying to keep up with family life. And he kind of lost his belief that he could ever become a person who could lose weight and work out consistently and kind of turn things around. In his first 4 weeks of foundations, he didn't actually have any dramatic weight loss. To be honest, he only lost 6 pounds, but he started sleeping through the night. His energy improved, and most importantly, he proved to himself that he could be consistent with being active every day. And this is what he texted me after week 4. I actually feel like myself again for the first time in years. I'm ready to ramp things up, and I'm excited about it instead of dreading that I'm probably going to mess it up again. And then at that 4-week point, James had built his foundation. So we started phase 2, surge, last 6 weeks. This is where we crank things up a little bit, but intelligently to build strength and muscle and stamina and keep on knocking off more weight if that is a goal. Because now your hormones are balanced and your habits are established and your life has some structure and things are actually happening on autopilot. So in this surge phase, you're going to focus on 3 pillars. Firstly, there's the 2-hour weekly workout approach. It's efficient weight training sessions that build real strength without you having to live in the gym. Then you look at some doable nutrition that works with your social life and your life. You can still have beers with your mates. You can still have family dinners, but you're still going to be able to knock off 1 or 2 pounds a week on average. And then the third pillar of phase 2 is autopilot habits, where you start to get all those wee daily actions around sleep, stress control, planning, and being active and reducing friction around doing the right things on autopilot. It's no longer a thing you need to be on top of and waste so much mental energy trying to remember every bloody day. And it's always at that kind of phase 2 point that guys start to feel confident again. James, the guy I mentioned earlier, he lost another 15 pounds in his final 6 weeks. He got stronger than he'd been in years, and his wife started commenting on his newfound confidence, and just generally he was more fun to be around again. Or another client, Pete, he was 52. He told me after phase 2, I am not embarrassed on vacation anymore with land by the pool or on the beach, and my friends keep asking what I'm doing differently. It is so weird to me having guys ask me for training and diet advice. Now, these fellas aren't genetic freaks or guys with unlimited time. They're normal guys with 101 other things to get done each week, just like you, but they followed a system designed to work with how their lives and bodies work as they get older. And this is why I would encourage you to adopt a similar 2-phase approach to all this, because it works when all of your other all guns blazing efforts have failed before. Phase 1, foundations, addresses your real problem. You can't kind of build lasting change on a shaky foundation. So we build your foundations. Most programs push to us trying to pile new habits onto the chaos that we already have, and you wonder why people quit. Then they give you a fancy diet and training plan, tell you it works if you stick to it 100%, and it probably does. But you don't have a hope in hell of doing so with your hectic schedule and your messed up hormones and a body that's hardly moved for years. Then, when it comes to phase 2, that takes advantage of the momentum that you've built from phase 1, because your body is now primed to respond. And the great thing about giving yourself a 10-week time frame for all this is that it's long enough to see real change, but it's also short enough that you can actually see a finish line. It doesn't go on forever and ever. Now, I hope that 2-phase approach sounds doable for you, but I need to be honest, it is not a magic pill just because I've laid it out like that. It still requires you to show up consistently. Trust the process, especially in those first few weeks when changes aren't necessarily dramatic. But if you're tired of feeling like you're kind of fighting a losing battle with your own body, if you want to look forward to holidays instead of dreading them, then I promise you, if you can just take a 2-phase systematic approach to all this, it will finally work for you. And of course, you can implement this on your own. I have just given you a basic framework, and some of you will succeed with just this information. You've just not had it laid out in such a simple way for you before. But here's what I've learned after 16 years. Most guys don't need more information. They need someone to help them troubleshoot when life gets in the way of all this, to adjust the approach for their specific circumstances and to keep them consistent and accountable, I suppose, whenever your motivation starts to dip and your own bloody brain starts whispering in you that you should give up and it's not working and it's all too hard. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, well, that's exactly what I do in my 10-week resurgence coaching program. It follows this exact two-phase system. We do 4 weeks of building your foundations, then we have that 6 weeks of surge and making real progress. And I offer a guarantee that if after 10 weeks you're not 100% confident that you can maintain your results and habits without me, I'll work with you until you are. And this is all about getting you set up to fly solo, not needing a coach by your side for the rest of your life. If you think you could use my help to guide you through the whole process personally, click the link below to book a call. It's just a chat. We can discuss your specific situation and we can see if the coaching program is a good fit. You deserve to feel confident in your own skin again. You need to look after number one again. You work hard, I'm sure. You give your all for your family and at work, and you deserve to look forward to vacations, to feel proud when you catch yourself in a mirror or in a photo, and to have the energy for the people in your life that matter most to you. So click below just to book that call. Let's get you back looking great and feeling like the man that you know you can be as you get a little bit older. Take care.